Why is it an important question here? Because trust is at an all-time low in our institutions and in our government, and I'll put my hand up and say I don't trust them either, and I'm probably contributing to some of the mistrust, and I'm quite proud that I am. But the mistrust is real because things like the GST being introduced was supposed to result in the doing away with a lot of state-level taxes that we still live with to this day. What are some of the things that you would if you had a seat at that table, what are some of the reforms that you would actually be recommending and saying, hey, this would actually be good for Australia?
Well, the single most important thing we could do is actually, it is relating to tax. I think you're right, by the way. This so-called productivity summit has turned into a tax hike summit. But tax is the right place to look, just not for the reasons the government are. They're looking at ways to raise more money. But tax is a major impediment to our productivity system. So tax is the right place to look, but tax cuts. And we just mentioned before the problem with bracket creep. The single best thing we could do would be to get rid of bracket creep. You're indexing the tax brackets, which is like a small automatic income tax cut each year to make up for the fact that bracket creep increases our income tax every year. So that would be the best thing they could do. That's very unlikely with this government. I was aware of that. The Australian Taxpayers Alliance did put in a submission in which I briefly mentioned all of the stuff that they should do. But then I mostly spent time talking about one thing that they actually could do. We've talked about this before. They could get rid of that stupid 10% Medicare levy bracket.